when I went real estate full time, that's what I was looking for. I was looking for the properties that were part of the MAO formula and would cash flow. And I looked at them very, very strictly. And I accounted for vacancy, I accounted for capex, I accounted for maintenance. And this was almost 7 years ago. At that point, if it didn't cash flow $200 after accounting for all that, I didn't care. I wasn't interested. The software that we were in was pharmacy software. So not your chains like your Walgreens or CVS or Rite Aid, your small pharmacy. So efficiency was vital to them. Just like as investors, and efficiency is very vital to us. Um, but what I really learned is everybody has their own little process. They have their own little quirks of how they want to do the same thing. They're going to end up at the same result. In pharmacy, it was having a filled prescription, but they needed to have the core structure the same. And that core structure is vital. In pharmacy, if they don't feel something right, they could kill somebody. And it's
Right.
not a joke. They can kill somebody. I've seen somebody um, go through that. Um, and so you have to have systems. You have to be consistent. If you know that you're doing the same thing and you're consistent with it, and you need to improve on something or you need to shift because the market shifted, it's easier to identify what point do you shift, where do you move, and how do you guide forward. If you're all over the dang place all the time and you don't know what's going on, well, you're going to keep not knowing what's going on. You're going to lose money, and in pharmacy, hurt somebody, damage somebody. In real estate, do poorly. I mean, you can make a lot of money in real estate. You can do very, very well. It's a great tool. But if you're not paying attention to what you're doing, it can be tough as well.
Right, for sure, man. And yeah, I think a lot of people end up learning lessons along the way, in their journey. I'm sure, after you bought that house for $100,000 and realized that $1,000 a month was what every old timer told you to do, right? Is, hey, it's a 1% rule. This is what you're
Yep.
looking for. And then you you just said you didn't cash flow, so which is crazy, right? To think about. You have $100,000 house with $1,000 a month of cash flow, or excuse me, income, but it doesn't cash flow. Did that make you reconsider at all how you were going to move forward on your journey? Because we know how many rentals you have today, and we'll get there, but it's a lot. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, man, what's the point if it doesn't cash flow, right? So talk to that, because that's a belief
Yeah.
I have, and then a lot of people listening probably have too.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. That's a good one. It did make me reconsider. It definitely made Amy, my wife, reconsider. Like, what are we doing this for?
Right.
Thankfully, when we sold that one, we got a decent amount of appreciation. We sold it for 120, so she saw some gains there. But what it taught me was I need to figure out a better way to buy these. I need to buy them so that my debt service isn't as high. 'Cause, yeah, I had $1,000 a month in rent, and I don't remember the exact payment interest I had then, but we had the payment and interest, then the taxes and insurance, and then a little bit of repairs that come up here and there. So one month I may cash flow $200, we'll say, but the next month I may cash flow negative $300 because I had to spend $500 on something. So
Mm-hmm.
I just realized, man, I need to really be able to extend these out, have longer than 15-year AMs, um, and I need to buy these deeper. So I've got what now I realize is like a 1.5%. I don't get 2% deals. I'm sure some people still get them nowadays, but I need to be able to buy them deeper. And when I went real estate full time, that's what I was looking for. I was looking for the properties that were, part of the MAO formula and would cash flow. And I looked at them very, very strictly. And I accounted for vacancy, I accounted for capex, I accounted for maintenance. And this was almost 7 years ago. At that point, if it didn't cash flow $200 after accounting for all that, I didn't care. I wasn't interested.